What's up, everybody? We back. We back for Power Ghost Book 2, Season 2. We about to do episodes 1 and 2. I'm personally glad to be back because it's been about 2 months since we hooked up. We should have did BMF. That's my bad. That's my bad.
That's for sure, yo,
I
man.
thought the show I thought the show was a little them first 2 episodes, but after that it kicked up, so that's my bad. But introduce yourselves.
Go ahead. We win
No,
first.
y'all, come on, man. I gotta say the best for last. Go ahead, John.
Oh, wow.
Respectfully.
I'm June, ASG, Dope Ideas
That
Media.
pop shit.
Shout out to Hank Nation. Subscribe to Hank Nation TV. Subscribe to ASG Radio. That's it.
The name for this week is Big Zoo-Wop. It's clever. We win.
Big
Big Zoo-Wop. We win motherfucking first. U7 gang shit. Dope Ideas Media, ASG. Make sure you subscribe to Hank Nation TV. Make sure you subscribe to Big Mama TV. I miss y'all, man. Like, I miss doing this shit. Like, I'm glad to see y'all again. I miss this.
It's been a minute.
Yes,
it's been a minute.
Into it. So before I even get into the episode, how y'all feel about the season so far? I mean, we 2 episodes in, but how y'all feeling?
It's kind of a rough transition for me because I was wrapped up in BMF like crazy. And it's like 2 totally different shows. Like, I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about it.
How you feel, Claire?
I agree. Like I said, it is. I was fully into BMF.
Fully.
But what I will say is, this don't have that slow burn. It's picking up right where it left off, and that I appreciate. But spoiler alert: by the end of this episode, I do have a theory.
A theory of the first episode or the second?
The second.
Okay. Me personally, I feel what y'all saying. It's a rough transition, especially that first episode of how BMF ended so high, and then it was a startup episode. It was kind of just running us back to everything that happened that we got to catch up on. So it's kind of slow. I feel like how we feeling now is how people kind of felt after book 2, season 1, when Raising Kanan came on, and then it had to pick up. So I think that's just where we at. So once it get in there, maybe we'll, like it more. But so episode 1 opens up with Tariq having a nightmare. He's basically dreaming about Tasha. It's clear that he feels like he needs her guidance. He's out here by himself, stuff going on, and he just wish he could probably just talk to her, hear her voice, and he don't know where she at. So how y'all feeling about that?
Well, I was kind of like, come on, man, you put your big boy
right
on,
like
man.
At this point, you would think after doing everything that he did in the first, you would feel like at this point, like, yo, like he got it now.
Yeah, because
he still don't got it, and it's just like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah,
you gotta be a man at this point. You done killed niggas. Like, you gotta be a man now.
Was that the first episode when 50 was in his ear? Was that number?
No,
one?
it was the second.
That was the second episode. That was the beginning of the second episode.
Yeah, but he's been having these nightmares though. Like these 2 episodes opens up with him dreaming.
Yeah, it's just like, you're a man now. You done killed niggas.
I don't think he's accepted that yet. Like, so I think that's what this season is going to be all about. Him accepting the fact that I'm in this, I got to accept it. So how Tariq even wakes up is Yaz is cooking in the kitchen.
That polo girl.
Horrible actor, by the way.
Yeah,
horrible child actor. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
You do not like acting in a lot of these.
Yeah, because but kid actors be the worst, and like by far, I feel like she's somebody that work on the set, little niece that they suggested. Like, I got a little cousin that can do this or something. I don't know, but she's horrible.
Bring her on cam.
Yeah, she's horrible. But besides that, she's cooking. And Tariq she starts a fire. Tariq puts it out, but he like, yes, like, where Big Mama at? Big Mama come out, and this is a surprising, like, to me, this that they would do this to Big Mama, but she's sleep. She's basically hungover from last night. She didn't even realize that Tariq was there overnight. So what y'all think about them making Big Mama be an alcoholic?
I feel like it was one of them situations to where, because she was never a major character in the original series.
Exactly.
So now that, you know what I'm saying, Tasha is out of the picture at the moment, Ghost is dead, Tommy's gone, like a lot of the main characters and the main fixtures are not available. So like honestly, I felt like they kind of shoehorned it to like give her something.
I thought the same thing. Like they had to create something,
right?
To bring, because if you watch the history of Power, the mother always talked like she had sense.
Right.
She was pro Ghost. Like she was pro
Ghost.
And it was like, you messing up, that you better not mess up the money. You know what I'm saying? Right. That was her whole thing. And it was never any evidence of her having any kind of vices or issues whatsoever. And now I think that, like you said, which is a great analogy, they shoehorned it to make another obstacle for Tariq.
Right.
As if you don't have enough obstacles. That's a lot.
Right.
Now you got to worry about your little sister too.
It's a whole lot going on. Then we jump over to the Tejadas, and we jump over to Monet. She hears something in the house. She immediately pulls out the gun.
The stupid horror hip hop instrumental
that everybody was talking about. That music.
Shout out to the creator, because that's my jam. Shout out to Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, I was about to say, I heard that was an actual song.
Yeah, that's a Tyler Creator joint.
Yeah, that was horrible, but. She pulls out the gun. She pulls out the gun or whatever. She goes downstairs thinking it's somebody breaking in the crib, and it's just Drew. And Drew is clearly angry with Monet about the whole shooting situation, which I kind of feel like is I don't know. I feel like it's I don't know. Like, nobody told you to do what you did. Like,
Drew going through it.
I think Drew is blaming her for the lifestyle.
Drew going through it.
Right.
It was like if you would have never been in this and did all this, this wouldn't have happened to me type shit.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Thing. And like, you're planning our lives. We're doing stuff that you got us doing.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
We're living like this because of you. I don't think it was just that one incident.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, and then we jump over to Kane and Lil Guap, but they're with a new character. And we see them and some GTG jump out on Lil Guap and Kane. They want revenge for I'm thinking the thing that happened at Stanfield, the 2-bit shit. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they want revenge for that, and they getting that Lil Guap like, you a traitor, you hanging with him, blah blah blah. So, in the midst of that, before that even happened, we get Kane and the new character. They get some dialogue, and Kane is asking them like, yeah, well, look, Big Guap? He like, yeah, we used to run together. He like, well, then you got to know my dad. And he like, well, who's your dad? He's like, well, Lorenzo Tejada. Oh, yeah, I know him or whatever. And right then, that's when they got, cut into about a GTG. But what do y'all think about that whole dialogue? Like, this new character that then popped in. What y'all think about him so far at this point?
I said, who the fuck is he? Where'd he come from?
Exactly.
They just put him, he just imploded
threw him in.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? I can't get a backstory, nothing, no hint. This nigga came out of nowhere, like COVID. What the fuck?
Like COVID.
Like COVID.
What the
That's
fuck?
funny.
Like, and then now he's well, I'm going jumping ahead, but yeah, I thought for him to be such a strong character, it was very abrupt how he was thrust onto this.
Right.
You know,
what I will say is my theory revolves around this character. I'll say that. And we'll move on.
Lord Jesus.
Right.
Because like I said, the second episode kind of gave me some clues and gave me a little like.
I think I know what your theory is.
Yep. Yes.
I think I know what it is, but okay. So outside of that though, the new character, he takes over the whole situation, takes the shotgun from the one character, shoots him, shoots the other, but the getaway driver gets away. And before that, Kane was questioning, like, is he a narc or whatever? He the feds, and he basically proved that he wasn't. So,
do we remember his name? Because I don't remember his name.
I know his name.
Okay.
His name is Mecca. His name is Mecca.
Yeah,
so,
that's a New York. That's a New York nickname for your ass, though.
It sure is. It sure is. So we jump over to Davis, and I guess he is appearing on some morning show with Sax, and Sax finds out that he's not a partner, he's an associate. And Tariq during that time calls Davis and asks him, well, can you find my mom? Like, I need to, find my mom about Yaz or whatever, talk to her about Yaz. Well, she's in witness protection, so how are they supposed to do that? Of course, Davis wants money. Money gets his, that's the only thing he want to hear. So how y'all feel about that? Him still dealing with Davis, Sax finding out that he's not a partner, he's just an associate.
Well, it's like, who else he gonna run to and trust with all this shit? Like, Tariq been through some shit.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot on his plate, and he got a lot of backstory and a lot of evil doings. He just can't take that to any lawyer. He has to deal with someone that he's been dealing with. I don't think he has a choice.
Right. But to deal with Davis.
Yeah. Right. Because as much as he don't want to deal with Davis, Davis has proven before, like, he can get shit done.
Right.
And he knows everything about what's going on.
Right. Yep. Right. So then we jump over to Zeke, and Zeke looks like he's training. We know from last season that he didn't get much playing time because he was on academic probation, but he's discussing whether he wants to just jump into the league or does he want to do another year of school. So what y'all think about that? Because that's the storyline that they throwing in there too.
Before we even discuss that, I want to ask you, because you are so tough in your critiques and acting. Has Zeke improved in the acting?
You know what? I feel like he's a little bit more assertive in like his talking. Like, he's, instead of acting all like timid and stupid and goofy,
I was just telling her what I know.
Assertive. He's still stupid, but he didn't got a little better, I guess. He's still terrible. I like him though. I like his terribleness works. Like, his terribleness works because it's so goofy.
Because it gives a sense that he's naive to what's going on. Even though he knows what's going on, he still got a sense that he's naive to it.
Right. Well, he getting hit this season.
No, yeah. Shit.
So okay. Go ahead.
I don't like, and I don't even know if we moving too far with it or not. But I don't like how he is being pressured in this situation.
Right. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get. I really don't like that because I don't think that's going to end well.
Because I got something to say about that too.
Right.
So we jump over to the school, and all the students is gathered outside the classroom. They waiting on Professor Jabari Reynolds, and we all know that he ain't coming to class today and another day.
Yo.
And Milgram, aka Sex Demon, aka Succubus.
So scrapey.
Yeah, whatever you want to call her, sex. I'm gonna call her a sex demon because that's what she is. she is she's panicking. Where you at, Jabari? She calling them, leaving them voicemails, all types of stuff. She basically feeling like he's just what you want to call it, like negligent, basically, like, oh, you just ain't gonna show up. And she lets them in the classroom and she goes and teach the class. Now, I didn't write nothing down about like what they was actually discussing in class, but I liked it. I liked that part of the episode because it kind of revolves around what the whole episode is about in the first place. So I thought that was cool. But during the ethics class, we had a montage of like different things. So we see Monet and Diana, they're out shopping. And we see them buying a whole bunch of stuff. And then we also see them take the stuff and exchange it for drugs. So they took all the clothes out and put the drugs in the bag. I just added this little part in here. Monet is mean as hell. Like,
man,
why so mean? Like,
at some point, Monet gonna have to trust her kids and to be able to take care of business.
She's so mean.
All I hear is you not ready for this. You don't know what you're doing yet. It's going to be a point to where Caesar's gonna have to let all that go and like, yo, you're ready. You can do that. You can have like that shit. She's being a mom.
She's outside of that though. It's even worse when like Diana was trying on the dress and she like, take that off. Like, how old is Diana? Like, what is you talking about? I'm buying this dress. Like, I don't understand that dynamic of it. Like, she got so total control over them that they still, as grown adults, do what she say do. Like, I don't understand to that extent. Like, that you can't even pick the clothes that you want to buy. Like, girl, go to hell. Go to hell. I just put that because she's mean as hell. Now, this is something that I got a question about.
Go ahead. Go to hell.
Wow. You want to say something about that, Jim?
Nah, I don't like Monet no more.
I don't either. She's the least likable in the 50 verse.
I like Monet in like the initial first like 3 episodes because they made it seem like she was on some gangster shit.
Yeah, they tried.
In the beginning, they made it seem like, yo, she was on some like thug gang. And then they gave like she's romantically involved with the cop, and she don't trust nobody, don't trust none of her kids to handle nothing. I'm like. And then like already on top of that, Mary J Blige respectfully is not a convincing actress to begin with. On top of all of that,
I don't know who worse, her or Yaz. It's like her, Yaz, Zeke. I don't know. Like
Mary J she progressively got a little better. She has.
She don't change expressions at all. It's the same. Like expression for every scene. Like she sad, it's the same. She mad, it's the same. She's supposed to be happy, it's the same. Like I need more from her, but I guess it works because she's supposed to be mean all the time, so she always I think we
gonna get like more range and expressions from her. We gonna talk about it, but I think we gonna get a little bit more from her this season.
You think she gonna get them cheeks clapped on camera?
Oh, she's definitely getting her soul.
I don't want to see that.
She's definitely getting her soul scraped on camera. We gonna talk about it.
Auntie Mary, no.
She get her soul.
Don't let them talk you into it.
Next episode.
On camera.
When you hear "Can You Stand the Rain," it's going down.
Wow,
man!
I really don't want that.
Let's talk up there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay, so then we bounce over to Tate. He depressed, drunk, sleep on his brother's couch. But let me tell y'all, okay, so just because he lost the governors, when he became broke, like what would you? I thought you were going
like you ain't had nothing saved, like your whole livelihood.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did you throw? Maybe he threw his whole life into the race and he lost everything. Because I'm thinking, didn't he have his own place? I remember them shooting scenes at his place. Yeah. So That was like, that threw me off. Like, okay, why he on his brother's couch? But I guess
what I will say is, which is weird because they haven't even promoted yet. Like,
what?
From what I remember, they're supposed to be doing a book 4 on Councilman Tate.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got book 3 with Tommy coming out in February.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a book 4 with Councilman Tate that has not even been promoted.
Well, I heard they're using him in this episode to kind of further his storyline to get to his spinoff episode. So that's why they threw him in this season, to kind of like steer us into that. That's
because it makes me wonder if, because so far all of these spinoffs have been the main character that they're focusing on, and then they build the story around that character. Right. So it makes me interested to how are they going to build around if they don't use outside characters from the regular show. How are they going to build that around him?
Well, we'll know his brother will be in it for sure. Right, but outside of that, I guess, they'll probably build a whole new, character.
Right. So I am interested in seeing how they do that, but we talking way, way ahead.
Right. So then this is just something to point out. So Monet tells Diana she wants to buy a gift for Drew, and they double park in front of the store with how many bricks in the car? I thought that was the dumbest thing, but
too many.
And you would think Monet, she Monet slipping this season. She's slipping because you think she will be more smarter than that, right? But she want to go in there and get Drew something, and when she come out, she see Diana talking to a cop. Now she pulls the strap, and I'm thinking, you about to have a shootout with the police out here, Mary? You willing to risk it all like that?
But listen, Diana, I'm gonna give her credit, showing her worth. She held it down. She like, I remember what you told me and taught me how to, like, I got it.
And ain't get no credit.
And all she said, let's get the fuck up out of here. Give your daughter credit.
Stop all that cheesing. Like, damn, she can't even be happy that she did what
you can't even say, you know what, I'm proud of you for remembering what I taught you. You can't even do that.
Look,
that shit is annoying as fuck.
So you think your daughter's getting harassed by the police with work in the car, but you're going to compound the issues by shooting at the police.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I was threw off at. Like, you would think she would be more smarter than that.
If it's me, I let it play out. If she gets arrested, then I do what I got to do to get her out, because she's a minor.
Right, but she like, yo, I did what you taught me and answer the questions.
I get that part, but it should never look. Clive, it should never get to the point where if I see you getting arrested, okay, I'm gonna shoot the police.
Right. The first instinct is to go in my bag and grab the gun. That's taking it to a whole nother level, and I would think she would be smarter than to react in that kind of manner.
At that point, I can't defend you no more. Like, I can't do I'm no help if I shoot the police. I'm in jail too.
Right.
Ask Kanan how that worked out for him.
Yeah, that's dumb. She's slipping, y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
She's slipping.
So then we jump over. This is just something to point out. Also, we get Drew at the house. He tries 2 days after his damn surgery. I mean, getting shot rather. He tries to draw and can't do it, and he's pissed off. And like you guys said, he's just mad at the whole situation. He done lost his boo over this. He not trying to be in this life anyways, but it keeps catching up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is another thing to point out. We get a conversation between Brayden and Tariq. Brayden asked Tariq to join him on the hunting trip. It's all like a little, like, I guess, initiation for Brayden, but he doesn't want to do it alone. Tariq, which was kind of weird to me, is that when Tariq saw that Brayden had a new car and, they was doing this for him, he was like, oh, bro, like, you got a new car, bro? Like, that's lit. Like, they do that for you. And I'm thinking, Tariq, you could have had the same situation going on if you didn't kill your damn dad? Stupid ass nigga.
If you ain't fumbled a bag by murdering your father.
Because the way he was acting, it was like, you act like you came from the trenches, boy. You could have had this life. You chose to do something different, but whatever. But anyways, so Tariq decides to join Brayden at I guess like my old frat party that his father is having, and we get introduced to his father's frat brother, which is Congressman, I think it's Rick Sweeney.
Yep.
Yep. So he's gonna be an important character because they keep saying his name in these 2 episodes. So just take note of that. I also wrote down that Trace is still a bitch. Trace is Brayden's brother, still a bitch. We get Rick Sweeney basically tries to recruit Tariq into joining the frat. They get into kind of like a little verbal spar because, you know, he was kind of being a little like slick racist, trying to basically be a smart ass.
Hey, Tariq put him in his place though.
Put him in his place. And that's what I like about Tariq, Tariq is smart as hell, despite everything is going on. And I like that about him. Which
makes me so frustrated. Because as smart as he is, and we're going to talk about it by the end of episode 1, he does a lot of dumb shit.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
And I think we should attribute that to him still only being 19.
Yeah.
Because he's still young. Then we jump over to they actually find Jabari's body, which seemed like because it was dead smack in the middle of the park that they would have been found that damn body, but it seemed like at least 2 days went by, but Jabari's body was found. And this is when we get introduced to Detective, I wrote his name down, where is it? His name is Detective Kevin Whitman. So we get introduced to this detective. He's all over it. They notice. So I don't know. Y'all can help me out with this. Did they find the gun on the scene? Or did they get the shell casings and match it? Because they know it came from that other cop, Ramirez.
It was one or the other. I want to say they found the gun and they said it was Ramirez's gun. I want to say that.
Right, because it is.
They never did specify.
Right, and I'm not sure. I didn't remember them picking up an actual gun, but it is Ramirez. It did come from Ramirez's gun, but we know that Ramirez is dead. They don't know that Ramirez is dead. They think Ramirez is MIA or whatever, but they find Jabari's ID and realize that he's a professor at Stanfield. So here's another death that's connected to Stanfield. This detective really reminds me of Detective Greg. Worrisome as hell. Gotta go immediately. I hate him already. He's just so overzealous.
I respectfully disagree with everything that you say about Detective Whitman.
You like him?
I actually love. He's no frills. He's all about his shit. He's all, and we're gonna see in episode 2. I don't care what you got going on. I don't give a fuck about. I'm trying to figure. I like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Big Zoop. That fits perfect. He with the upside, y'all.
Don't encourage him.
Because listen, how dare he? I hate that man already. He just overdo it. He remind me of Greg. Like, I'm telling you, he gonna get kicked off the squad. He gonna be at home still investigating this shit. 5 o'clock shadow, all that.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm just talking shit, but he just he's dead set on solving this case by whoever he got to get on there. So
he's no frills. We can agree he's no frills.
No, he own that shit and he got to go.
Now, June, how do you feel about him?
Don't like him.
Okay.
Don't like him. It's something about it. Just
I'm gonna point out something to y'all too.
What he did, I can't talk about right now because we're still in the first episode, but it was something that made me just be like, no.
I'm gonna point out something to y'all too.
I love that scene too, but we're gonna talk about it. That scene was hilarious to me.
Okay, so we get a quick little Tate visit. Now I know this guy, but I don't know his name. He comes to his house when he doing family time. I don't know if he's like a prosecutor or I don't know. He has like status though, but we've seen him before. I just don't know his name. But Tate comes to him trying to ask him about Rick Sweeney, and he's basically
oh my God, what is his name? Oh my fucking God.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm terrible at the names.
The white guy, the old white guy.
No, not him, not Simon.
Okay.
This guy was like it was like a quick encounter. Tate was knocking on his door and he was having family time with his family, and he just was like, hurry up, you got 2 minutes. And he was
somebody else, he has another seat. And I know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, he was trying to basically get some dirt on Rick Sweeney, and he basically was like, well, if I bring you dirt on him, can I get a ticket? Can I get basically like your endorsement if I do run or whatever for his spot? And he basically was like, well, go ahead, see what you can do. So then we jump over to Sex Demon Milgram. And she's on the phone with her sponsor, therapist, or whatever you want to call her. She's on the phone with her, and she's talking to her on the voicemail. It seems like basically saying like, oh, I got this phone call from this detective that I used to talk to back in my prosecutor days, and he's not like Jabari or Zeke. He's an adult, and maybe things would be different. But yeah, I gotta go. And he couldn't. Well, first he played her. When he first got to her, he was just like, "Oh, you look nice. You look nice. It's nice to see you." She was like, "Yeah, nice to see you too." He was like, she was like, "Should we go in?" He was like, "Oh no, actually, I want to show you something. Let's go down here real quick." And then when they got there, I want y'all. Well, okay, so when they got there and she seen the body, she immediately starts crying. She can't believe it's Jabari laying on that table. But from my point of view, the detective was looking at her reaction to how she was crying, and he kind of like asked her like, what's your relationship to him? Like,
right.
But the way he cut into her, it was like he know how she get down. He was like, I know how you like the mix personal with business. And she was like, that has nothing to do with this or something like that. And I'm trying to figure out, I think the same game she ran on Jabari and Zeke, she ran on him probably when he was a young rookie cop or some shit, was sucking his soul out. And then did her, I don't know what she do. We still don't really know her story like that. So I hope more of her story come out. But what did y'all feel about that whole scene?
Okay, let me go for it. Because first of all, before we even to give us a little bit of foreshadowing, just for the fact that she's a succubus. That's the term I'm gonna give her. She's a succubus. And the fact that we're 2 episodes in, and we're every episode we found out another person that she's involved in. Like, you serve no other. We talked about this in season 1. You serve no other purpose in this show than getting your soul scraped.
Scraped.
And that happened in the first episode. We're gonna get to that, but that literally happened in the first. Like, you're a succubus. You serve no other purpose to this show.
But to suck souls, that's all she do. And it gotta be good. Man. I'm gonna give it to her though. It got to be good.
Yeah, she gotta have that wop.
Okay. I said I didn't like this officer, and this is the reason why. This scene right here. He made it seem like they're going on a date. Told her she looked good, and then you take her to see a dead body.
Yep.
Then you prejudge her.
Hold the fuck out of her though.
Prejudge her, because that's, if you've ever seen a dead body or somebody laying on a slab dead or something, or somebody that you didn't, that's traumatizing.
Right.
There's no sensitivity there. It's all of a sudden,
at all.
There's an assumption.
There's
an assumption.
I don't like his attitude.
Oh, yeah, I done messed around.
Like what you know about this person.
Yeah, it's like you just showed me a dead coworker of mine who's been missing, and I'm not ready for it because you didn't tell me where we was going or what we was doing. And then when I break down, you assume that I had something for him or I had something to do with it.
Why not try to get in touch with anybody that this man, because he didn't know that she knew him. He just knew they worked at the same school, right? He didn't find out she knew him until
to the call.
Yeah, so why use her to identify this body? Why not try to find somebody in this man's family to identify the body? I think that was real kind of just, he don't care. He just want to break the case. Yeah. But I feel like he knows something about Milgram we don't know. She sucked his soul too, and he kind of hurt.
So I haven't been able to find somebody to do what you do ever since.
Yeah, I think he a little hurt by it, and this guy like he trying to be like this brick wall, and it's kind of jealousy too. And I'll touch on that when we get to it. But we'll get
She's
there.
Aphrodite. That's what it is. She's Aphrodite.
She might be.
She's Aphrodite.
So then we jump over back to the Tejada house, and we see Monet teaching Diana how to load bullets into a gun, which Diana got these stupid ass nails on trying to load these bullets and wonder why it's hard for her. But that's besides the point.
But it's worthless because even if you did this shit perfect, Monet not about to trust you to do this shit in a real situation any fucking way. Why are you teaching her to do this? You're gonna criticize her regardless.
Regardless. That's true.
I hate her.
That's true. But this is when she breaks the big plan. This is when she breaks it to him that she wants Zeke to enlist into the draft, and that when he gets picked up, which she's banking on knowing that he's going to get drafted, but when he gets picked up, they're going to follow him, and each of them will take on roles on his team, and basically she will be the manager, and they will control everything that way, and basically just telling them this is their way out of the drug game, and this is how it's going to go. I feel like Monet, like, doesn't it feel like desperation? Like, for some reason, she feels like this is the end of us selling dope. So I need an out. Like, I need for Zeke to do this now. But why now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the urgency for legitimacy now?
Okay, T, let me ask you this real quick before I even get my opinion on that. Should I give my prediction on that now, or should I wait for episode 2?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think this shit's going to backfire because he ends up declaring. I think it's going to backfire and he's going to go undrafted. And then now they're not going to have that out to she rushed him because he was already kind of skeptical. I don't know if I'm ready yet because I've missed these many games, and I think now that he's declared he's going to go undrafted, and now that's not going to be an option anymore, and now it's just going to be like now what we're going to do.
Right. I got a theory about that too. I'm gonna save mine though, but I agree with you. I agree with you for the most part.
Okay. Drew, how you feel about that?
Yeah,
I want Monet. Come here, look at me. Quit selling dope, become a pimp. You just trying to assign people jobs, assign people what they want to do. You're pimping your kids. You're pimping this man to go to NBA or whatever. Just stop selling dope, quit hustling, and become a pimp, because that's all you're doing.
Your kids, your husband, everybody.
Easy.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's a great question, though. Why are you so desperate to be legit now?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, it's so many like little layers of stuff going on that is crazy. But we jump over to, we see Tariq. He's meeting with Kane, and Kane is basically trying to he's worried about this whole Jabari thing and that he's not really hearing nobody saying anything about Ramirez. So, how they're going to get out of it. He basically asking Tariq, like, yeah, how we going to get out of it? Nothing really comes for that. Tariq just tells him, look, I'm going to handle it. Just sit tight. My thing is this. I'm tired of Kane talking to Tariq. Like, I know you don't know who you talking to yet, but it just gives me like, not saying Tariq can fight or anything like that, because I don't think Tariq could do any of the shit that Kane be doing. But just
we
still,
see that at the end of the episode, we can't do it. Kane be doing.
The boy raw. Like, stop talking to my mans like that. I don't like that. Like you bullying him or something. But anyways, then we see Tariq and Diana. They're no, not Tariq and Diana, but we see that Monet calls Tariq over to the house to basically question him about the Jabari murder and if he had anything to do with it. Of course, he gonna say no.
Right.
But Drew, he basically like, Monet stupid. Like, she questioned him like that. What she think he was gonna do? But we see that Tariq, he kind of really want to get Diana by herself. Diana is easily I feel like he trying to get her like where he want her. He can use Diana to whatever he need her to do when if he milk it right. But the Monet sees that and she's been cock blocking. She don't want them to be alone with each other. She knows that Diana likes Tariq. But for some reason she
fucking nerves, man.
Yeah, but it's some reason she got something against Tariq though. It's like she keep telling her kids like, y'all make sure y'all stay away from him and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, like it's something. I wonder what it is, but
she's right though. She's right though. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. All I know is Tariq scraping her soul this season. It's going to happen.
Oh, I don't.
I think so too.
He's scraping her soul this season.
Can we get another term? The scraping souls.
No. We cannot. Scraping souls. That's the term.
And you say it so happily. Scraping souls.
I gotta scrape.
Yes.
So then we jump over to Zeke. He's at Milgram's house, and
fucking God.
She's basically being her usual sex demon self. She doesn't know how to cope with seeing Jabari with anything but being a sex demon. So of course she has sex with Zeke, and
say it, Tease. Say it.
Scraped her soul.
Yes.
Zeke scraped her soul. Zeke scraped her soul. And then they have a little dialogue, and Milgram basically asks Zeke, like, if the Tejadas had anything to do with Jabari's murder, which Zeke don't know nothing about this Jabari shit at all. So he's like, nah, like, why would they have something to do with this? When then Milgram tells him, like, well, your auntie approached me and told me, like, I better stay away from you and all this shit. And he didn't know that. So that was something that was news to him. I think a lot of this season we're gonna see him kind of like get a lot of eye openers about what's going on behind the scenes, behind his back, stuff that he don't even know about. Well, but he held it down though for the most part. He basically was like, my auntie would never do nothing to jeopardize my career, which she really didn't have nothing to do with that. So I'll give that, her credit, but he was holding it down, saying she didn't do it or why would she do it. Tariq gives Brayden the product that he got from Monet, and he stashes it at his parents' house. So that's just a little mental note. But what do y'all think about Tariq even trusting Brayden to do that? Do y'all think it was a wise decision?
I think that it was, because I think Tariq realizes he's at a point to where his back is against the wall. He can't trust too many people anymore, and he already didn't trust him with a lot of things in season 1.
Right.
So he's kind of just like, I have nothing to lose at this point. If he can show me that he can handle this, like I said, I'm at the point I can't trust anybody anymore. So I gotta, see if he can at least hold me down with this. And if he can, like, I know that I can have him. He don't have a Tariq. And there's gonna be a running theme in this season, and I can tell Tariq's not about to have a lot of help in this season at all.
No.
That's how I feel.
Right.
Anything to add to that, Jim?
He had no choice. Who else he got?
Right.
So then we jump over to Kane. He pulls up to Mecca's crib or wherever this place Mecca is at. Actually, it's not even a crib. It's like a warehouse with like
it's a hideout.
Yeah, it's a jet inside. And Mecca tells Kane, like, I don't like loose ends, so I got the driver for you. I want to see if you a narc now. And Kane shows out and basically snap dog neck and basically telling like Mecca, like, this what I do. And they kind of form some type of, a little relationship from there. But on Kane's way out, he notices a whole bunch of bricks sitting in this little jet. And me personally, I feel like the guy Mecca wanted Kane to find this, and it was just a little test or whatever he was trying to do. But it was out in the open. How could nobody not see that on the way out? Right. So I felt like that was like a little play that he was trying to play on Kane. But what y'all think about that whole scene?
What I will say, that's one of the most gangster scenes I've seen in the entire series to me.
Kane killing that dude?
Yeah, because the fact that he had him zip tied up in the chair, like, yo, I'm gonna give you this knife, like, and like whatever you do is gonna determine like how I feel, you know what I'm saying, as far as like how our business is gonna continue. Right. And the fact that he released him to give him a fair chance for his life. Like, no, this is how I do it. And squared up with him and whooped his ass still. That's one of the most gangster scenes I've seen in the series. I ain't gonna lie. I loved it.
What you thought, Jim?
Still wondering where this nigga come from with all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna talk about that because I gotta.
And he got like some little ninja moves. He be popping up out of nowhere and
out of nowhere,
real quiet, like
guy.
Yeah. Nowhere. It's really weird. I'm really interested in hearing his backstory. But then we also see Tariq over at in the woods with Braden and his family. And I'm real, like, I can't believe Tariq even agreed to do this in the first place. But as soon
that gave me Get Out vibes.
Yeah, as soon as Tariq heard one gunshot, he took off running. I guess he got PTSD from killing Jabari, not from shooting his dad, but killing Jabari. And we see Rick Sweeney take a shot. I feel like he was low key trying to get Tariq. Like, that was too close to Tariq. Actually, that's what made him take off running, right?
Yeah, I think so.
When he shot and it was like right by Tariq's, went right past.
He like, man, fuck all this. I'm out.
And I think Tariq just took off running, but I feel like I don't even know if he realized that the bullet was that close to him. I think it was just the gunshots that just made him take off running. And then when he saw the helpless deer, he started having flashbacks of Jabari laying on the ground helpless. So it's clear he got some type of PTSD from it. But I just thought it was crazy that man would do that. Like, I feel like we're trying to lay Tariq out in the woods.
Yeah, he was like, fuck this. Turned on them jets.
Man. First of all, you don't go hunting. Never mind. Let me stop.
No, say that, please.
Listen,
the world needs to hear it.
We trying to monetize this, June.
No, this ain't. We already done cussed all type of stuff. This won't be monetized.
I love everybody.
Great answer.
A little disclaimer.
But
survey says that's the number one answer. Great answer.
For you black folks that's out here watching, If your white friends offer to take you hunting with them, don't go.
Do not go.
Respectfully decline. Let's say that.
You have a great chance of getting shot at. Don't go.
Then Dick Cheney shot somebody in the face. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If they say bowling, go bowling. Karaoke.
Right. Go ahead, T. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, you know, white friends have great outings. Just don't go hunting with them.
And you the only nigga.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You blended in with the camouflage.
I was just about to say.
Accident wouldn't happen.
Too well. That's the excuse.
And I was about to say, would have got away with it.
Thought he was a tree. Stay
I'm still come from the gazelle. But so anyways, then we get Monet actually going to Zeke. And she's like, why you ain't been answering my phone calls? Now, I will say that Zeke was more assertive with Monet that I saw him for the first time, because she walked up on him like, why you ain't been answering my phone calls? He like, why you talk to my professor? And she basically tells him, oh yeah, I did talk to that bitch. And I told her what it was. And he basically like, well, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that, because both her and Professor Reynolds was looking into that GTG murder, and now she asking me, did you have something to do with it? And she basically promised him that she doesn't, which is true. She really don't have nothing to do with that. She's an extension of it, but she doesn't have anything to do with it directly. But she tells him he needs to go pro, and you can tell that he really is not. He's thinking about staying at school for another year, and this is where the urgency for Monet, she couldn't tell him like, no, I need you to do it now. It's for the family. And it's like, what is going on, Monet? Like, do you know it's an indictment about to come down on you or something? Like, what is it? I'm confused about that. What did y'all think about that scene?
She putting all her eggs into something that I don't think that's gonna work out to her favor in the end.
It's not.
Nah. I got a theory about that.
Like I said, I
want to hear your theory about that.
I can't say. I want to say it. It's a scene that really gave me that theory. So I'm gonna just wait. We almost done with this.
Right now, keep in mind. We are already at almost 1 hour, and we still on episode 1.
I'm gonna speed through this second. Okay. All right. So David's, or unless y'all want to break this up, and we can do this like.
I mean, that depends on what everybody else is doing. I am.
That's
off
what I'm
tomorrow.
saying. Y'all got any?
I am off tomorrow, and I am available tomorrow. That's up to y'all.
I might not be available. I got a Dion Cole comedian stand up. I'm going to.
Oh,
okay.
I'm jealous. I want to go to that shit.
Yeah, so,
all right. Let me just run through this last little bit. So Davis visits his brother in prison, and it's Redman. I don't know if he said his name, so I don't have his name. So for now, it's Redman. But he tells him like, basically, I'm gonna get you out. You know that white dude that I just hired on my team? Sax. He about to help me get you out. Which I'm curious to see how that's gonna all play out. How is he gonna use Sax to?
Why Sax though?
Yeah, why Sax?
His name was shown because he did look him up in the database in the second episode. So his name was shown. I forgot what it was. But before I even say anything, shout out to 50 Cent. Like
he getting them work.
He getting a lot
of people work.
He gonna keep it close to the family and gonna give them the bag. And the fact that he got Redman playing Method Man's brother in this show, obviously that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, I think that's lit.
I love that.
I think that's lit. But we know too, I don't know, they didn't say what's exactly wrong with Redman, but he's sick too. Because
he asked about taking medication.
Pills. Yeah, about taking this pill. So he's sick too. And I also heard that Redman actually lost a few pounds to look this way for this role. So he really did some method acting for this role. So I'm curious to see how that storyline all unfolds. But we also see that Monet refuses to deal with Kane. He pulls up to her house. He basically trying to, get some type of her to even basically talk to him, and she's still not fucking with him. But this was weird. At this time, it's weird. Mecca is sitting outside watching from a distance Kane pull up to his mama house. So at this point, it's looking like why he's staked out. I'm not thinking nothing about Monet, but why is he staked out their house watching them like that? Maybe he's just trying to see what type of things, Kane is into. And then this is where the end of the episode happens, which something big happens. So
fucking idiot.
Tariq is playing around with the phone, thinking about his mom, just looking at old text message that she sent them, and gets a phone call from a random number that he does not know, which should mean don't answer. Answers it, and if you smart enough to not say hello, then you ought to have been smart enough to not even pick it up in the first place. But he picks up the phone, and he hears, "This is Detective such and such from this place, from this state, whatever precinct," and hangs up immediately. And they're able to trace it to Stansfield. What's crazy to me is that the police didn't immediately go to Stanfield at that moment and basically like damn near raid the place. Like, we know it's somebody in
right.
murder, but they didn't do it like that. And but they were able to trace it. Right now, it really just feel like Detective Whitman is the only detective assigned to this case, because he the only one that's out here basically like shaking people down and talking to witnesses or whatever to this case. So, I mean, I wonder what happened to Laz Alonso, his character, because he was the detective in season 1 that was questioning everybody. So I wonder what happened to him.
I like
what anything to say about that last little part?
I don't know.
No, where the time at? Okay, so look, y'all, we an hour in. What's y'all schedules? We could do episode 2 and 3 together. Y'all want to do that like that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because we already
do that. Yeah,
because we had to breeze through them if we're gonna do that. We had to break one down and go through that thoroughly.
Yeah, and this is my first time, so you know what? I'll do my episode 3 notes a little different. Now I know how I can do it, so. I'll do my
episode. That means they're not. That means they're not finna know my prediction until next time.
Well, no. Okay, so look, I want to get my prediction out, and we'll still running down. But so when Zeke got picked up by the police at the end of episode 2, and the girl had that camera out. I feel like all this bad publicity is going to get Zeke not drafted. I think all of this stuff that's going on surrounding the Tejadas is going to fall back on Zeke. And I don't know if y'all paid attention to this, but Whitman, when he went to Carrie house, Milgram house, and confronted her about Zeke leaving out of her house, he basically told her, like, look, I'm about to go question him since you putting him as your alibi. And if he don't tell me what you telling me, I'm locking both of y'all up.
That's your ass.
Yeah, that don't look good for Zeke at all in his situation. And that got him wrapped up. And actually, I was kind of like, why the fuck did you do that, sex demon Milgram? Like, you ain't even supposed to be fucking with him, so you even liable to lose your job behind this. If this whole situation come out, you're liable to lose your job. So you just all the way just screwing up, fucking up everything. And I think Zeke, I don't know how long Zeke gonna be in the show.
Yeah, I do agree. I think he's gonna go undrafted. But you said you think you know where I was leaning towards. So what do you think my prediction is?
I think that you think that Monet had this affair with Mecca back in the day, and that her first child is not really Lorenzo's, is Mecca's.
That's exactly what my prediction is.
Yes, I think
because I feel like Mecca came out of nowhere.
Right.
And it's like, why is he so interested? And he is patient with Kane. He's showing a lot of patience to allow him to see, like, yo, what can you do? Oh, I don't really trust you because you involve yourself with these people, but I'm gonna still give you a chance, a trial. He's extremely patient.
I really feel like he's using Kane. I feel like the whole interaction with Kane was just a way to get to Monet. I don't even think he really even care about dealing with Kane at all. Actually, the only thing is, I don't think that he's Mecca's son, and I'm gonna just say because Courtney Kemp goes live every Tuesday after every episode, and she answers fans' questions like through the whole live. And they asked her, "Is Kane?" They asked that question, "Is Kane Mecca's son?" Or they was asking, "Was Kane Kanan's son?" Now I will say this because I could be wrong. She never said that he was definitely Lorenzo. She just said Kane is definitely a Tejada. So I don't know.
And they look alike. They look alike.
Man, I thought that was his brother.
Let me give y'all one little more spoiler too that I heard. So somewhere in this season, we might see that Ghost has a brother.
Right.
Ghost has a brother because they asked Courtney, "Does Ghost have a sister?" And she said he doesn't have a sister, but he does have a. And she was like, "It's possible. I don't know. You guys might see it. See, Courtney's not."
That makes you that also makes you wonder. Has this character already been introduced to us, or is it going to be a new character? Like that's okay.
Yeah, right. We'll see. It's gonna be a lot of little twists or whatever, and I'll be watching all the behind the scenes little stuff. So I'll y'all hit.
Right, all right.
It's gonna heat up.
It's definitely gonna heat up.
Big facts, yes.
Definitely gonna. Oh, and another thing too. Y'all notice who we ain't seen? Too Big.
Right, you killed a motherfucker. Where the fuck you fucking run off to?
And the way he was on Tariq Head is like, I'm about to be asking you for money every 2 weeks, nigga. Like, and we haven't heard from him. So I wonder, is he going to Chicago on force? Possibly. But that's it for tonight. Thank y'all for watching. Anybody that's gonna watch, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let these fellas tell y'all where they can follow them at, and we gonna get out of here.
Follow me on Facebook at June Whitfield. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. June 48197. You can look at my media content on Hank Nation TV on YouTube. I'm a part of Dope Ideas Media. We got more content coming out. We got content dropping tonight. We have freestyles. We have interviews. We have podcasts. We're about to drop some more short films on there. So be on the lookout for that stuff there.
Okay.
I had to take a breath for that one.
You is hilarious.
Big Zoo-Wop, Clev, we motherfucking First U7 gang shit. You can find me on Facebook, Aaron Clever Turner. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at This Is Clever Kid. You can find me on Snapchat, The Snip Snaps at Clever1991. I am also a proud member of Dope Ideas Media. Make sure you subscribe to Hank Nation TV. The Clever Logic podcast will be back on Hank Nation and Dope Ideas Media in 2022. In the meantime, while y'all wait for that, make sure y'all check out the Honeybee podcast on Hank Nation TV. Shout out to REB. Shout out to Honey Foreign. They are dropping every single Wednesday 2 dope females that are talking about a myriad of different topics. Make sure you check them out on Hank Nation TV every Wednesday. Battle wise, you can check me out, Clever Versus. All my battles gonna be on there. But shout out to Big Mama TV. I am glad we are back doing this. I missed you. I missed you.
We back and we ran over time. We usually don't even go this long.
For one episode. No.
For one episode. Yeah, we usually don't get. I'm gonna have the notes together, but thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We appreciate y'all. We glad to be back, and we will be back. Well, yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday, and we're gonna do 2 episodes in one, and we're gonna try to speed through that. So make sure you tap in. We out of here.